Hey viewers, Hexcraft here. Before we start, a few things. First off, this is a recap video covering skins for champions I already covered. Second, this video is late because the Yone skin decided to be released the day the video was originally be published, so I had to wait. And on top of that, I realized there's another champion that also got a skin that I need to recover. It's technically not a mythic, and it's technically not something too special because it will be in rotations. So I had to add the Ekko skin to this last second. So yeah, sorry if it was late, but without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off, we have Sion, and honestly, this skin stands out. These Cosmic Paladin skins are really nice. I do love the look of Sion. The armor and the outfit just look great on him. It feels more like a Celestial Warrior. Gives me somewhat of a Radon feel. I do love how he looks like when he dies. The pure space itself, he just embodies in his death form. And also again, you see all that in his abilities. The sparkle of light in his Q, little star patterns in his abilities, such as his scream and his W, and of course, the fact that he rips open a more or less portal into space with his ultimate. It's so grand and beautiful, and I feel like they put a lot of work into this one. It's a great skin. It gets a 7. Similar to Sion, this is a really nice skin. I love the armor. The ult looks fantastic. I love the fact that it actually makes a somewhat linear star pattern when you throw his Q. Of course, the eruption of stars from his E, which has more of a star sound to it, I guess you could refer to it as. Overall, again, a really nice effect and just really beautiful. The only thing that really brings this skin down is the fact that Nautilus is an old champion, an old model still. All in all, though, it's a really good skin, and I have to give it a 7. I really do like the Mordekaiser skin. It's freaking fantastic. My only real complaints I want to get out of the way real quick. First off, I wish the gray was a little darker in shading, similar to how it is in his splash art, but looking at it, it would have looked darkened in that case, which the goal wasn't to be dark, it's to be old god. My other issue is the fact that it's not the same bone color as the other old gods. It's not purple either, but that's not a problem. It looks though this gray is sort of like stone instead of bone. But that doesn't stop the fact this is an amazing skin. He looks fantastic and badass. His effects are grand. His W and his ult appearance just look terrifyingly beautiful. And again, he feels like he stands out as his own old god, somewhat distant from the others in its own way. It's cool, it's badass, and it's really fitting a Mordekaiser. I gotta give this a 7. This skin is just perfect. I think this is the best Nami skin. I just love the tentacles of her fin, which have their own little animation and movement. Next big thing I need to point out is the fact of that Q. I just love the fact that instead of just being a bubble that rises up, you see a tendril lifted up and ring into the air. You see whatever her ultimate creatures are in her W, the runes in her E, and again, the ult just looks so much cooler. Plus, she transforms and has a bit of extra details added to her model. The staff always looks badass, it looks amazing, the effects are beautiful and clean, and I really do think this is the best Nami skin right now, or at least one of the best Nami skins. And I gotta give it an 8 for all the little details you can find in it. So I hate Riot because the last time I did one of these skin reviews that I recap, it was a Sett skin. And similar to that one, I love the Sett skin. Yes, it's simple, but simple is literally what makes Sett good. You don't need to be all flashy and big. Some of his best skins are simple. The actual effects being somewhat more or less sketch looking, always a great detail. And Sett has a bunch of hidden details in his stuff too. One of the most important details I can see is the fact that when he uses his W, it actually leaves a cat's paw scratched into the ground. And when he ults, it impacts with his logo for the band, which this is the best use of impact logos. Unlike team skins where it's just straight up slap the logo there, this is actually designed to look like part of the crack of the ground. And if team skins did this, I would love them actually. Last little detail I want to point out is his more or less Macrit W. Looks like the creature this time is a little angry kitty, it looks like. Don't know why I can't, but I love it. All in all, again, it's a simple Sett skin, but it's really good with its details and it's great in my opinion. I'm glad it stands out from the others, and I gotta give it an 8 for that. Similar to Sett, I really like this skin. It's really nice, it's really simple, it's a cool design for Yone. The effects, of course, are beautiful. My only real problem with this skin is there's no special, like, Yone-specific thing. Really, all you have are stars that pop up in his abilities and the occasional Fox-esque design, but it's rare and really not that big of a ooh, cool little detail. In fact, I would say he doesn't have anything really that makes this special for him. And it's sad because you feel like his slash or his ultimate, there could be some small detail that really feels like this is his thing. I'm a little disappointed in that, but again, it's a really good skin and it deserves a 7. Before I start, I simply want to say my only real issue with this skin, if any, is the color of Assassin's hair just feels like what Ezreal's hair is and kind of looks meh. And the yellow coat for Roth kind of gives off the vibe that he is one of the killers from Dead by Daylight. My only real issue with that, really, and that's not really a big issue. Overall, I think this skin is amazing and incredible, and how is this skin coming out the same year as that Samira ultimate skin? Like, how can Riot make this, but also that Samira skin? Because this feels more like an ultimate skin than that Samira skin does. The effects are beautiful, and each model of Kayn has its own stuff to it as well. First off, as I mentioned when it stands still, as everyone has seen by now, it plays music, its own music. All the effects have its own sound and different music to them as well. Another fun thing I like, I don't know if this is a bug or not, but Rosk and Kayn don't stop talking depending on what form you take. Normally when you take one, you lose the other's voice. However, in this, they still both talk no matter which one you take. And both forms, besides being played differently, each has their own little style. Assassin Kayn is clearly a singer. He actually uses his mic during his W and his ultimate, and he sort of rides on top of it with his Q. Rosk, however, the effects and his motion of his model is just so great. A guitar riff for his W, breakdancing with his Q, a power slide with his ultimate even when he leaves. This skin is so freaking good, and I gotta say, this is probably the best Kayn skin ever. And again, how is this something Riot made and Samira in the same year? It just baffles me, and I gotta give this a 9 because it's a really good skin. I don't understand why Riot did it again. I doubt that skin for Jhin made them as much money as they think it would have made compared to if it was a duo skin similar to Solar and Lunar Eclipse Leona, but this one for sure. I don't know that many Echoes who are gonna go buy this skin $200. The music's different, yeah, and there's some small detail changes, but all in all, it looks the exact same. Heck, the coloring is just what the old Prestige skins used to look like, and we used to make fun of those because of how they look. This is actually horrible. What makes it worse is Wild Rift's getting a better Ekko skin. This is just Riot slapping Ekko players in the face. This skin deserves a 1 or a 0, if anything, actually, and it's one of the worst things Riot could do. And they did it twice now. And that'll do it. Hope you all enjoyed. Like and share if you will. Comment down below which champion you'd like to see. And yeah, those last two were kind of long, but let's be fair, the Kayn skin's really good, and Riot needs to fuck off with the Ekko. But that being said, hope you have a good one, and peace.